In the dead of night, the air in Lola's room suddenly drops to a bone-chilling cold. An eerie quietness engulfs the space, punctuated only by the sporadic creaking of ancient floorboards, like whispers from the past. You'd think it was just the old house settling, but there's something else, something unseen lurking in the shadows. It's a presence, a feeling that's hard to put into words. It's as if the room is holding its breath, waiting for something or someone. The lights flicker, casting a ghostly dance of shadows on the walls. The rustle of the wind outside seems louder, a symphony of nature that's a bit too unnerving. Then the chilling whispers of the breeze suddenly shift, transforming into a low, mournful hum. It's a sound that's all too familiar to Lola. It's a melody from her past, a lullaby that once lulled her to sleep in the arms of her sister. A sister who's no longer of this world, but there's no time to dwell on the past. The lights flicker again, more urgently now, as if trying to communicate a message. A message from the other side, perhaps? The room temperature drops even further, so cold it's almost unbearable. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it stops. The lights steady, the room warms, and the eerie silence is replaced by the familiar hum of the old house. The air seems to sigh, releasing the tension that had hung so heavy, but the relief is short-lived. Lola feels a prickle at the back of her neck, a shiver down her spine. It's the unmistakable feeling of eyes on her, of being watched, but there's no one there, just Lola and the lingering chill of the unseen presence. As the room returns to normal, Lola can't shake off the feeling of being watched. As if the echoes of the past have come alive, an unseen threat has made its presence known. And it's just the beginning. A few days later, on a sunny afternoon in the small town of Iowa, Lola crosses paths with Tommy. This chance encounter felt as though the universe had conspired to bring these two kindred spirits together. Lola, with her sparkling eyes and infectious laughter, was drawn to Tommy's quiet confidence and warm smile. Similarly, Tommy found Lola's zest for life and adventurous spirit irresistible. They discovered a shared love for mystery novels and late-night stargazing, which further deepened their bond. They quickly became two peas in a pod, inseparable and always spotted together, whether at the local diner or the quaint town library. Their friendship was the kind that made people stop and admire, a friendship that felt as comfortable as a favorite sweater on a chilly day. They were two halves of a whole, and their connection was palpable to anyone who saw them together. Little did they know, their lives were about to take a dark turn. As weeks pass, Lola and Tommy's friendship deepens into something more. Their bond, once rooted in a shared love for corny horror flicks and late-night diner runs, evolves into something infinitely more profound. Their laughter, once a mutual response to shared amusement, now carries a new, unspoken language of affection and understanding. The quaint small-town charm of their Iowa home serves as a picturesque backdrop to their blossoming love story. The local diner, where they first met and bonded over milkshakes and a shared love for pie, becomes their haven. The park, with its sprawling lawns and dappled sunlight, witnesses their first hesitant hand-holding, their first shared secrets, their first whispered, "I love yous." In Lola, Tommy finds a companion like no other. Her laughter is his solace, her wit his challenge, her courage his inspiration. For Tommy, Lola is the sunrise after a long dark night, the calm in the eye of a storm. He is bewitched, not just by her beauty but by the strength of her spirit, the depth of her compassion, and the brilliance of her mind. In Tommy, Lola finds her anchor, his steadfast loyalty steadies her, his quiet strength bolsters her, his unwavering faith in her lights her way. For Lola, Tommy is the safe harbor, in the midst of a tempest, the comforting warmth of a hearth in the bitter chill of winter. She is captivated, not just by his charm, but by the breadth of his kindness, the genuineness of his soul, and the steadiness of his heart. Their love story is a beacon of joy, a respite from the mundane, a testament to the power of love. It's a love that is pure and true, innocent yet intense, full of promise and hope. But as their love blossoms, so does the intensity of the unseen presence. The shadow of an impending doom begins to loom over their idyllic world, threatening to shatter the beautiful love story they've only just begun to write. One night, as Lola is falling asleep, she feels a cold hand brush against her cheek. The sensation jolts her awake, her heart pounding in her chest. She scans the room, but finds herself alone in the dimly lit space. The eerie silence amplifies the unsettling feeling that someone or something is watching her. The chill of the unseen hand lingers, a chilling reminder of the incident. In the days that follow, the paranormal activity intensifies. Lola finds herself the primary target of the spectral intrusions. Items in her room would be inexplicably moved or tossed around, the air would often turn frigid, and she would hear whispers sweet yet sorrowful that seemed to call her name. The spectral presence was relentless, shadowing her every move, chilling her to the bone. As the haunting escalates, Lola's demeanor changes. She becomes more withdrawn, her vibrant personality replaced by a constant state of fear and anxiety. She tries to keep her experiences to herself, not wanting to burden Tommy, but the strain becomes evident. Her smiles become infrequent, her laughter rare. The spark in her eyes dims, replaced by a haunted look. Tommy, puzzled by Lola's transformation, grows concerned. He tries to reach out to understand what's happening, but Lola remains tight-lipped. The once effervescent woman he fell in love with seems to be slipping away, replaced by a fearful, distant stranger. This change, this growing divide, strains their relationship. Conversations become scarce, shared laughter even rarer. The love that once bloomed brightly between them now seems to be wilting under the weight of the unseen terror. Lola, struggling with her experiences, finally accepts the bone-chilling reality. The spectral presence, the cold hand, the whispered name, they all pointed to one haunting truth. The spirit that was tormenting her, the one casting a shadow over her life and love, was none other than her sister, who had passed away before she met Tommy. Lola could no longer deny the truth. Her sister's spirit was haunting her. Unable to bear the torment any longer, Lola decides to confront the spirit. The small town of Iowa, once a sanctuary of love for Lola and Tommy, had turned into a battleground of fear and despair. The spirit, her sister's spectral echo, had been haunting her, tearing apart the love she had found in Tommy. But Lola, summoning her courage, decides it was time to face the phantom that was her sister. In the chilling silence of the night, Lola calls out to her sister's spirit. She speaks to the air, to the walls, to the darkness itself. Her voice, a mix of fear and determination, echoes through the empty rooms of her family home. She pleads with her sister, begging for an explanation. Why the torment? Why the pain? As the night deepens, a cold breeze sweeps through the room, and the spirit responds. It speaks of a love that was lost, a life that was cut short, a sisterhood that was ripped apart. It speaks of jealousy, of longing, of a desire to be part of Lola's life again. The spirit, in its own twisted way, had been trying to protect Lola, to keep her from experiencing the heartbreak it had suffered. But Lola, with a heart heavy with love and sorrow, tells her sister's spirit that love is worth the risk, worth the heartbreak. She speaks of the joy she found in Tommy, the happiness they shared. She tells her sister that love, even when it hurts, is a beautiful thing. And she promises her sister that she will live, love, and experience life to the fullest for both of them. As Lola's words fill the room, the spirit seems to understand. A sense of peace washes over the house, the coldness receding, the fear dissipating. The spirit, finally understanding Lola's perspective, finds peace and fades away, leaving Lola alone in the quiet room. With her sister's spirit at peace, Lola hoped she could rebuild the love she once had with Tommy. In the days following the confrontation, Lola and Tommy struggled to reconnect. The ordeal had left invisible scars, etched deep within their hearts, a constant reminder of the torment they'd endured. Yet, amidst the turmoil, they found strength in each other, in the shared memories of a love that was pure and untainted. The spirit of Lola's sister, once a malignant force, had left a void that echoed with silent cries of sorrow. However, it also revealed a resilience and determination in Lola and Tommy, an unwavering resolve to rebuild their love from its ashes. In the quiet corners of their small Iowa town, they sought solace. They spoke heart to heart, mending the fissures that had threatened to shatter their bond. Each day was a step towards healing, towards reclaiming the love that they'd once shared. Though haunted by the past, Lola and Tommy held on to the hope that love could mend their fractured bond.